He almost said, that's it. But guess what? Listen to what one commentator says. He says this, dear brethren, the psalmist shows us how hard it is for us to keep up that continual attitude of faith. And I wonder, is it hard for you to keep up that continual attitude of faith, that mindset that will cling to God's word no matter what, despite all externals? Are you able to do that? He goes on to say how many difficulties there are in daily life in the way of our continually being true to our deepest convictions and seeking after him amidst all the distracting whirl and perplexities of our daily lives. But he shows us too how possible it is, even for men and women constituted as we are. We're just human beings, right? We're, little clay vessels, all right, earthenware, if you will. But how possible it is, even for us, made of clay, moment by moment, day by day, task by task, to keep vivid the consciousness of our dependence upon him and the blessed consciousness of our being beside him. And how? If we do, in other words, if we depend on him, if we draw near to him, if we're in his sanctuary, if we're keeping beside him, right? That strength will come to us for everything. Do you believe that? Do you even believe that? That number 3, we make God our refuge in this difficult world that we live in, and we make him our refuge minute by minute, play by play, instant by instant. The commentator goes on to say this, the secret of a joyous walk lies in this. I have set the Lord always before me, because he is at my right hand, I shall not be moved. We draw near to God when we clutch Christ in faith. Our faith manifests itself not merely by a lazy reliance upon what he once did long ago on the cross for us, but by daily, effortful reviving of our consciousness of his presence, of our consciousness of our dependence upon him, and by the continual reference of thoughts, desires, plans, and actions to himself. In other words, we are ever dependent upon him. His refuge is like a tower. It's a defense. It's a fortress around our minds, our hearts, our beings. And when we plant ourselves in his truth, then we are essentially equipping ourselves, and we are being strengthened just by his presence and our spiritual location. So keep God beside you, and then there you will find what the psalmist reached at last, that peaceful insight into God's somewhat mysterious ways in this world. You keep your eyes on God and you stay so close to him. That is really the key to lasting joy and contentment in this life. So there you have it. Those 3 things will give you that daily peace and joy that you're after, despite all the externals. When you're in that sanctuary of his presence, and we're made pure before him, right? That was Christ's atoning work on the cross, but we're made pure there, and we're protected there, and we're strengthened there. It's the joy of the Lord is our strength, and it brings him such joy when we draw near to him. That's what I want to do every day. And I don't want to keep my eyes on everybody else and get lost in that comparison trap. Just want to be grateful and thankful for what he's doing in my life. So there you have it, Brain Changer. I hope you've enjoyed today's show. And if you can think of one other person who might benefit from this encouraging and inspirational message, today's or any of them that I try to put out each week, would you please share the link with them to our show? Send them a private message or text it to them. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much. Drop a like, subscribe to the show, and even post a comment there. That will help us grow our channel. And you may you may know that recently I published a 365-day devotional called Choose to Think, Find Peace, Joy, Hope, Health, and Freedom every day. It's so much what I talked about on today's show about guarding our thoughts and making sure that we're looking at the Lord and we're sifting everything, filtering everything through his word and what he says about himself, about us, and about our scenarios and situations. So you can actually hear a few of the devotional readings, the daily readings on YouTube. I did about, I don't know, maybe 10 or 11 of them on YouTube toward the end of December. You can also peek inside if you go to the Amazon link that I'm going to put inside the show notes or in the YouTube description here. You can also find out more about my coaching program. I am a Christian thought coach. I'm a certified Christian life coach, and I help folks really kind of analyze their thoughts because sometimes that's overwhelming and there's a little bit of a lack of clarity. So I can help you with that. I do three free thought strategy sessions a month. So just email me at choosetothink@gmail.com. You can go to the website, choosetothink.co. Yes, that's .co, and it's with the number 2, choosetothink.co. You can opt into my newsletter. You can find out more about coaching. You can get the book link over there. There's so much content over there I would love to give you. I even have the 7 R's for living your best thought life, which is a companion tool to the devotional that I'd like to give you at no charge. It's a 1-page printable infographic that will really help you with the method and the process that I've used, the proven strategy to learn how to live your best thought life. So please just stay in touch. I would love it so much. And I really appreciate your support. Even on Anchor, if you happen to be listening, for 99 cents a month, you can actually support the show. That would be so meaningful to me. If I'm trying to find sponsors and a few supporters, so that would be just one way that you could support. What is that, about $12 a year maybe? If you're enjoying the content and would consider doing that, I would really appreciate it. So